Hello, Baboucarr, and welcome to this special interview with Kirfatu.
Thank you, Fatu. Thank you.
Audience, if you're watching this, I am talking to Baboucarr Camara, Director of Communications, the Gambia Football Federation. Baboucarr, can you give us an update as to what is the situation of the players? What is their mindset as we speak right now at 1 p.m. in Gambian time?
Well, thank you, Fatu. Immediately after we even arrived at the hotel, since yesterday, the players got over the unfortunate incident with the flight. They trained at the Independence Stadium under the floodlights yesterday evening between 10 to 11 p.m. Then this morning also, we woke up, had our breakfast, and went back to the stadium, which was a closed door because it was tactical session. Because for the players, yes, it's not a desirable situation. It's very unfortunate. No one desires this kind of things, but for them also, these are professionals. They are mentally stable and they are prepared for this kind of things. So they indicated that it was not going to be good for them to sit for 3 consecutive days without training. So that was why they trained yesterday and also they trained today. So mentally, I think the players are very much okay. And as I'm talking to you now, we are just trying to check out of the hotel to go to the airport. I think you must have seen the press release issued by the GFF about an hour or so ago, that the President of the Republic, His Excellency Adam Barrow, has intervened and spoke to his Ivorian counterpart, Alassane Ouattara. So now we are flying. So what really actually even happened was that, for a start, Air Cote d'Ivoire and CAF signed an agreement to be the official airline for the national teams that would require a charter to go to the AFCON. So, but because Gambia is based in Yamoussoukro, we wanted to fly directly to Yamoussoukro rather than having to go all the way to Abidjan and drive by bus for 2.5 hours to Yamoussoukro. So, because Yamoussoukro is a small airport and big flights are not permitted to land there unless there is an approval there from the highest authority of the country and those in charge of the air industry. So it was Air Cote d'Ivoire that decided that because our choice of disembarkment is Yamoussoukro, that was why they brought a Q400 flight, because that is the one that wouldn't have to go through all those things to land there. So this is what happened, and then when the other flight had a technical issue, they sanctioned another one which landed here last night. A similar one, not exactly the same, because that one that had an issue is there already parked at the airport. It's not even moving an inch until that one is regulated. But Air Cote d'Ivoire sent another plane, a different one, which is also a propeller King 400 that came. But because you understand the trauma.
But Baboucarr, this is the question. This is the problem here. You have been on the flight, and I know the trauma you and all the players went through. I cannot imagine, and a lot of Gambians here cannot even imagine. Why would you summon another propeller, another type of plane, just like the one that you used and had this issue? Wouldn't that be just a choice to look at something different, just to give the players and yourselves a peace of mind, because that's something that everyone says maybe is the size of the plane. Wouldn't that be a reason why GFF or CAF, whoever is responsible for hiring this plane, to just change and bring a bigger flight?
Okay, very good question, Fatu. For a start, when we were in the air, I don't think we even realized what was happening. We were just informed that it was a technical issue. Me personally, I was okay, and of course some people were sleeping, but it was when we landed, that was when we realized that it was, it was cabin pressure. So that was when the trauma started to come in. But we definitely had a smooth takeoff. There was no issues there, and we had a smooth landing, no issues with it. And then, this is not the first time that also we travel with a propeller. And then, propellers are certified to be very, very airworthy in terms of safety precautions. So, like I said, for a start, it is the NCC that is responsible for the organization of this African Cup of Nations.
That is the national.
National coordinating committee. That is the one that is responsible.
And it is chaired. It is co-chaired by the minister and the GFF president,
and the
right?
Of the GFF, yes. That's where I'm coming.
Okay.
They have members from the ministry. They have members from the GFF. They have members from the central government, and they also have members from the from the private sector. So they worked with Air Cote d'Ivoire. But like I said, it is not even the choice of the NCC to bring a propeller. It is because we wanted to have less traveling, so that we have the comfort to land in Yamoussoukro as our base than to land in Abidjan and travel by bus for another 2.5 hours. Then because both become tired. You understand? So the idea was to make this journey as much conducive and less stressing for the players. That was why. So because Air Cote d'Ivoire has a contract with the NCC to transport the players, to fly the players to Yamoussoukro, and they could not fly an Airbus to Yamoussoukro or a Boeing. That was why they brought a propeller. And then once this one had a problem also, they sanctioned another propeller. You understand? So it was not as if we had a choice in this matter. So that was why the President of the Republic intervened. Because after what happened was that the players, after we realized what happened when we landed, so psychologically you don't want to join that small flight again.
Yeah.
You understand? So that was when we, coordinated amongst ourselves and said, look, you know what? I think we go back to the difficult route, but it's going to give us mental stability, was to fly to Abidjan and then take a bus to Yamoussoukro. So that was a process that was ongoing until the President of the Republic intervened and paid on his Ivorian counterpart, who has now instructed the aviation industry in Ivory Coast to send us an Airbus 319 to pick the players from Banjul here at 16:05 GMT, and also given the directive which has already been issued and adhered for the team to land in Yamoussoukro now, instead of even having to go to Abidjan now. The Airbus is going to land in Yamoussoukro.
But why was this not this negotiated before? The President of the Republic had very good relationship with, like you said, his counterparts in Ivory Coast, and obviously we have diplomatic ties. The minister is the co-chair of the NCC. I'm sure if this information had been given to the president, he would have done it before we get to this place. Why was that not done before? Why today? Why now? Did we have to wait until we got to this place?
The minister would be in a best position to answer that. We don't have those direct links with even the President of the Republic. The minister is the link between us and the President. So I think the minister would be in a better position to say why he did not do that, or whether he has done that or not. Definitely, that is something that I don't even want to comment on.
So right now, what is the state of preparedness for AFCON with all of these? First, it started with the bonus payments. That was, we went through that, and then the flight issues, and then the trauma that the boys are going through. Do you think this will affect the boys mentally and in the pitch as well?
No, in fact, this was something that we discussed with the boys. You understand? For us, I think it's finally now the bonus issue has been sorted. The captain has addressed that. We put that behind us. As a federation, we know that we did what we are supposed to do. The players do not talk to the government directly. They talk to the government through us, because the government owns the national team. So, this bonus thing was communicated to the ministry through the National Sports Council, because, at some point, we don't communicate even directly with the Ministry of Youth and Sport. This was a long arrangement. Even before this current minister came in, they want us to communicate to the ministry through the National Sports Council, and we've done that. All the issues about national team have been submitted to the ministry. So I think there was a breakdown in communication between them and the minister when the captain made a special request for the diplomatic passport. So according to the captain, they didn't want the president to dip into his pocket like he did the other time to give them money. That was why they made a personal appeal to him to give them diplomatic passport. But that was different from the agreed bonus that was there even before the team secured qualification. And while we were in Saudi Arabia, this thing was brewing. With the captain and some senior players in the team met with the representative of the Ministry of Youth and Sport in Saudi Arabia, Mr. Sute Jao, who is the Director of Planning at the Directorate of Planning under the Ministry of Youth and Sport. He was informed by this, and then he was briefed. So, and then what he told the players was that he has briefed the minister, and this thing would be sorted. So this is nothing new. This was proven all the way there.
But the ministry's press release said a different thing. It says that the whole totally different thing. The ministry said you guys, the GFF, did not communicate this to them. This came as a surprise to them.
Well, Fatu, I can tell you, take this to the bank. I was present in that negotiation, with Mr. Sute Jao. You understand? And this is something that we will also deal with, at our own level, through the official channel. But even where we were there, we communicated this matter to Mr. Sute Jao. Even after, he had a meeting with the players, he had a meeting with us, trying to, see how best. And I can tell you for facts that you can ask anyone who was part of us. I mean, Mr. Jao even made some offers while we were there that they could. At some point, he said they could pay 50%. At some point, he went all the way to say 75%. So the players were even with the impression, because that was the impression he gave them, that he spoke to the minister, and the minister made a commitment to pay this money. You understand? So when we came here, also there was a small meeting after the ceremony at the State House. The minister was there. So when they realized that the boys were doubling down on their threat not to train and also not to fly, so that was how I think the president got involved and to be able to sort this matter. But even since all the way we were in Saudi Arabia, this thing was there. But the players, they emphasized that yes, this is their right, that they will work hard to ensure that it is achieved. But equally, mentally, they are not even going to allow it to affect them.
Surual Kodi Bordo Amraka. You cannot owe me and tell me to go and play when you have not paid me. So, I think me and so many other Gambians believe the players were in their right to ask for what is due to them. But, Baboucarr, a lot of people say from the ministry to the GFF, if this is any other country, heads will roll, starting from bonus payments to issues with planes and all of these things happening at the same time. It seems like our houses are not in order. If the ministry is saying they don't have this communication, and GFF, you are telling me that you have sent this to the ministry, and then the boys are under this kind of pressure, and the fans are making an opinion as to who is right and who is not right. And then we fall into these issues with the plane. Do you think somebody should take responsibility for something like this?
For me, I don't want to go into who is wrong and who is right. I think the most important thing here is that, I just want to make an appeal that we all work together as a government, as a ministry, as a GFL, and as the general public. We all have a common objective, which is for a national team to go and represent us and make us proud in the AFCON. And I think that is what should be the guiding principle of everyone. Who is right and who is wrong is not very important to me as far as I'm concerned in this matter here. What I do know is that there are evidences where all these things are there, even the increment of the players' normal campaign allowance and match bonuses by 100%. I mean, there are evidences with the GFF, there are evidences with these players that the ministry was involved in this whole thing. You understand? So, but for me, I think we should now put that behind us and concentrate on the objective, which is to go to the African Cup of Nations. And you are very right. The players, they work hard for this. If they argued, I think they have to be paid. There is no doubt about that. That should be non-negotiable.
Yep.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, but I think we have to close ranks and work together.
Yeah. That's
the most important thing.
Yeah.
There should be no rivalry between institutions that have a common agenda. Am I not right, Fatu?
That's true.
We all have a role and we all have responsibility. The Gambia Football Federation's role is to administer national team. You understand? But also the national team belongs to Gambian people through the government of the Gambia.
Yeah.
So that is their responsibility also, and we have to give them that respect, in that sense. So the players cannot just go and directly negotiate with the minister like that. But then we serve as an intermediary. Whatever they come with, we send it to them, we communicate with them. And then as far as we are concerned, we have not received any communication from the ministry to say, no, we have not agreed on this matter. And then, even when the budgets were submitted at some point, this AFCON bonus was submitted. So, but I don't want to go into all those controversies. I think officially we will clarify this time. But for us, our focus is not to disrupt this team. Our focus is to ensure that the players are mentally ready to go and battle. I mean, it's unfortunate that this thing is repeating because a similar scenario happened last time also with regards to bonuses.
Yeah.
You understand? It was paid last minute. So, and I think Gambia should now graduate from this.
Yes.
You know, I will quote Ibufai, the second vice president.
Yeah.
When this thing was brewing in Saudi Arabia, his point has always been the fact that we cannot allow this matter to reach to Banjul without being settled because it is potentially explosive. You understand? This has always been Ibufai's position. And, you know, he works really, really hard on this matter also. And, you know, he was wearing a double cap. He works with the GFF, I mean, as a voluntary part and, you know, being a board member, but he's an employee of the Ministry of Youth and Sports. You understand?
Yeah.
So, I mean, come on, you know, I don't want to go into all those things, but I think that's enough reason for you to know that, to believe that the ministry was definitely aware of this.
Now, on a lighter note, we're definitely finally going to AFCON. We'll be in Yamoussoukro in the next local time, I think Gambian time, around 7:30, 8 o'clock, right?
Yeah, around about that time.
And then, obviously, on Monday, we're taking on the Lions of Senegal. You know, the banter has started already, right? They have started throwing jabs at us. They have started, some of us are saying, you know, I think it's the city council coming from Senegal that is holding us back here.
Yeah, I hear all those things. The moment we disembarked from the flight, I met a friend who asked what is happening. I explained, he said, don't worry, Senegal is city council. That's a line, that's fine. But let me tell you one thing. Senegalese are very good in mind games. Let us not allow to fall into their trap. Yeah. Okay? Senegal, I mean, make no mistake, Senegal may not be in their best shape, but the last thing Senegal would want is to lose to Gambia. Yes. So they are not going to underestimate us. Now, you know, sometimes you will even see in the Senegalese media, they are talking about the fact that, Gambia, you know, they are kind of hype the Gambia. These are all strategies to take pressure off themselves and put us under pressure. Yeah. We cannot allow to fall. That's my brings me to my question. You know, Senegal are our close neighbors. We are brothers. We have Touré, Cissé, Sanes in both countries. We speak the same language. We eat the same food. We are neighbors. We are family. But when it comes to football, we don't have that. You know, we have to prove ourselves on this game. We have to win this game. It's a do or die for us. What are the boys thinking as we speak? How prepared are they for Senegal? Let me tell you, the boys, they have utmost respect for Senegal. Absolute utmost respect for Senegal, but they are not scared, okay? They are not scared. And for them, I can tell you what, these boys are not talking about when it comes to that, but they are more motivated than anyone to beat Senegal. But equally, Senegal has not beaten us in at senior level for 20 years. You know, excuse me. I mean, let me rectify that. It's not 20 years. This was all the way back in 2008 when we drew 2007-8 when we drew with them 1-1 in Dakar as his Korean scoring and 87-minute equalizer. That was the last time we even met with them at senior level, either competitive or friendly. You understand? And even before, in fact, I am very correct to say that you have to go back to 20 years. The last time we lost to Senegal, that was in 2003 when they defeated us 3-1 in Senegal. This was during the time of Jaro Cissé, Padembo Touré, the Sefo Solis. That was the last time Senegal beat us in Dakar 3-1. You remember, they came from the World Cup 2002, Japan, Korea. After beating France, they came to the Gambia, they played with us. We drew 0-0, and Yaya Jammeh gave all the players landed properties around the mile 7 area.
Yes,
you remember this?
I remember that very well, yes.
So the second leg was when they defeated us 3-1 with the likes of El Hadji Diouf, you know, Khalilou Fadiga, Baboucarr Camara.
Yeah, that's the generation they mean, yes.
So that was the last time that the Gambia lost to Senegal. So 20 years we have not lost to them actually, you know, but equally we have never defeated them in a competitive match. The last time we beat them was a friendly in 1973. Coincidentally, the same year that our coach is born. And I think if there is a better team to break this chink of never beating Senegal in a competition, it is this current crop of players. Yeah. Now, this is the same players that went and secured Gambia its first ever competitive win away from home ever in history against Angola in 2019 of September. It is this same team that also defeated Mali for the first time in 21 years. You understand?
Yes.
It is this same team that came from a preliminary and went all the way to qualify to the African Cup of Nations by topping their group. It is the first team to do it in the whole of Africa. It is also the first time, I mean, in nearly 40 years that a debutant qualifying for the AFCON back-to-back. You understand?
I'm getting excited already. I'm getting excited.
This is a team of record breakers. And I tell you what, these players are really, really, really very hungry and in sync. Yes, especially today's training session. Come on, the boys are ready. I don't want to mention names, but the boys are ready. And all those usual big names. Hey, come on, Father, let's get excited, man.
I'm already excited. I'm already excited. And I'm so excited for you guys.
Senegal is not ready
to face us.
Ready. They are not even prepared to handle Yankuba Minte.
Wow, that was Messi, Gambian Messi.
He's fired up for this game.
Wow.
And all the others are fired up for this game.
I'm excited. I am so excited, and we wish you all a safe trip to Yamoussoukro. We'll be in touch with you guys. Everything happens for a reason, and I believe this is just going to be the beginning of more successes for us in Abidjan, and we wish you all the best. And my regards to my brother, Captain Omar Koli. He's my brother from Lamin, and we are so, so excited and proud of him. Thank you very much, Baboucarr.
Thank you, Father. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you.
A good sister also. You forget to mention that I'm a good brother too.
You are my very, very good brother. I have so many good brothers at GFM, but you are one of the best brothers at the GFM.
Thank you. Now I'm happy.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you. Thank you.